What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming out to the show today. I am recording this episode as an experiment. So if the stream starts to buffer or we start getting kicked off of the internet, off the YouTube here, let me know and I will stop recording. And I'm doing that for a reason. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out to Cobra TV. This is the Friday night subcast where you get a voice. The only galactic radio station in Euclid Galaxy, where you get to come on and chat about No Man's Sky. And today, the kind of topic is if you have any tips or tricks, things that you would like to share inside the community, come on the show tonight and just spill the beans about what's going on, what you're doing inside No Man's Sky. It's gonna be kind of a relaxed stream tonight, so go get yourself some headphones, lay in bed, and just relax. And my son is over there rage quitting a video game at the moment. Takes a lot after his dad. Like father, like son. That banging you heard was him losing Plants vs. Zombies or something like that, I think. He does play a lot of weird games, so if you guys ever see some weird games, you know what? You guys are going to see some weird games being played on my name here very soon. I'm going to actually start doing Revenge of the Survivor live. So we do have plans starting next week to start doing Revenge of the Survivor live. Now, it's not going to have the edit or... Hold on. Forgot I had a cigarette. Just the tip. Yes, Dave Langer. Just the tip. We're going to start doing Revenge of the Survivor live. It's not going to have these the soundtrack and things like that on it, but I do a lot of recording when it comes to Revenge of the Survivor. So that way you guys kind of understand the show. There's no acting in it. I did play stupid, like I didn't know the electricity was going to be out in the beginning of the last one, but it's not like a machinima. There's no script, there's no acting. What it is me sitting down, playing the game, and hoping that something is going to pop out to make that an interesting story. So not every time I sit down to record the Revenge of the Survivor is an interesting story. Like the one where I lost my pet, there was a story there to be told. But what's up, Dan Hart, Vilmar, Joe? Gosh darn it, I miss you, man. You always tease me in the chat and you never come on the show. Joe, if you guys don't know, was the very first ever co-host of Cobra TV. A lot of you who have been here for a very long time will know who Joseph Williams is. That is Bookshelf Gaming. Bookshelf Gaming is long lost friend. I miss you, buddy. Captain Steve, thank you so much for donating to the super chat, saying Exo Suit vendor gives slots for free, Mr. Kettle. Oh, good. Awesome. Exo Suit vendor gives slots for free. And that's exactly what we want to do tonight, guys. If you have tips and tricks, even if you think that everybody knows it, come on a show tonight. Get in that. There's a Discord link down below. My computer wants to update. Not now! Remind me later. Eventually, it's not going to let me say remind me later anymore. Captain Steve says he's about to go to bed. Love the Revenge of the Survivor. Thank you so much, Steve. Guys, click on that guy's channel. Go check him out. He's a good dude. So I throw away. I don't throw away. I got all the recordings. But sometimes, where was I going with this? Anyways, so I was talking to Bruce Cooper, and Bruce Cooper was like, Cooper, why don't you just stream Revenge of the Survivor and edit, and record it at the same time, and then don't rage quit. That's how the controller's getting broke, bro. Don't. What? don't hit the table. That's how tables get broke. Anyways. So he was like, just stream it as you're playing it for, Revenge of the Survivor. And then the next day, edit it down to the Revenge of the Survivor with the soundtrack and all that stuff. And then go ahead and upload it the following day. So that's what we're going to be doing. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to be able to take you guys along the journey. It's going to be a live Let's Play. Just me seeing if there's something usable for Revenge of the Survivor. Maybe you guys can egg me on in the chat and create funny moments and stuff like that. So that's definitely going to be on the books for next week. And I don't know how long I'll keep it up. We'll see. Right now, I don't think I'm dropping any frames. It's recording, it's streaming at the same time. This machine behind me is working overtime at the moment. Yes, so that's what we have planned. Let's see, what we got going on in the chat here? We got let's see, Sam says, have you found ship customization? Not yet. Shadow Vex Gaming says, yesterday got a huge bug with not autonomous mining unit. It went on a loop, giving me max resource per second. Wow. Vangelis, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so tonight, tips and tricks. You want to come on the show, tell us about tips and tricks. And like I said, do not worry if you think that everybody knows what these are already. Maybe somebody doesn't. I guarantee you somebody doesn't. Like Captain Steve right there, Exo Suit vendor gives slots for free. So it's stuff like that I really want to talk about tonight. And we're also going to have Sword come on later. We're getting ready to go down to the SUBCAST room where Conga is sitting. We got Vargul in the waiting room and Atlas 102.5 FM. We're going to get Vargul on the show tonight. And we are just going to relax. We're going to have a nice, calm evening. And I also want to get some opinions about stuff going into the future with the channel here. I would like to start uploading other games. Me playing Star Citizen. Or what there is of Star Citizen, right? Going to the planets and stuff like that, and just misadventures. Star Citizen, and I don't know, maybe a couple episodes of DayZ. DayZ used to be one of my favorite games a long time ago, back when it was a mod of Arma. So I just want to start having fun. I want to have fun with No Man's Sky. I want to have fun with interviewing developers. I want to have fun with playing other video games here on the channel. It's been a lot of work. Guys, it's been a lot of work since 2014. Getting to this point right here. And I thank every single one of you who have been here for the amount of time that you've been here. Even if you're new, even if you're brand new. To this community, or if you were there in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, so on and so forth. Thank you so much. We've been through a lot, haven't we? We've been through quite a bit. And we're going to be around forever. We're going to be around for Hello Games' brand new game. We're going to be around for the updates for No Man's Sky that are going to continue. But I want to have more fun here on the channel. So, lots of fun. And, hey, I might upload something that you guys might not like. That's okay. I'll learn. There's going to be some failures. There's going to be some stuff that, I shouldn't have uploaded that. That was stupid. That was stupid, right? There's going to be some of that. But I'm definitely not going to keep doing stupid, you know what I mean? So I'm going to learn. I'm going to fall. I'm going to fail. This is going to be me failing, trying new things. Yes, Dave Langer. Oh my gosh, I saw the new Cyberpunk video that just came out today. And wow. I'm blown away. I was actually going to talk about it tonight, but we're not going to talk about it tonight. There is so much in that new video to break down we would be here for 24 hours picking apart that video. And it's got me so pumped. I mean, pumped. I quit! I quit! I didn't mean to say that. Look, I've been tired. I've been real tired. We're going to talk about No Man's Sky. Let's talk about No Man's Sky. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. My car broke down on me. I was stranded in a very bad neighborhood. There was it was bad. It was so bad. Anyways, I'm gonna jump down into the well, let's take a look at a couple things I got pulled up here real quick. I didn't mean to say that. Maybe. Uh-oh, what was that button? Okay, so let me see what we got here. We have a couple cool things to look at with the No Man's Sky community and stuff like that. We've got well, nobody, I guess I'm the only one that caught that. Are we still live? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. All right. You guys, I didn't mean to say that word that way. Yeah, wrong button. I don't think anybody caught it, so which is kind of good, but people are going to go back and look and see exactly what they missed. I think that's what people are doing now. Okay, so we've got a couple things in the No Man's Sky community that we're going to kind of showcase and talk about. Then we're going to jump down with Conga in the SUBCAST room, where Sword is actually going to be joining us. So, with that being said, let's jump down into here. Okay, cool. I'm live. Alright, so this is a museum that was made, and this is by C. Wiggins NYC. It was posted on Reddit 4 days ago, and this is a really cool looking museum that he uses. What do you do in No Man's Sky? Says Gold and Silver. Anything you want. So I just thought that this was pretty cool. You know, those things you can collect on the planet, stuff like that. And he's made a museum for it. And this is a really, really cool video. Our friend Boyd has made it into the news once again. I think Boyd has been in the news. Boyd Gaming has been in the news more than any of us have ever been. And this is a player-made Rocket League and No Man's Sky creative mode. And as soon as I saw this, I knew it had to have been Boyd. So let's go ahead and take a look at Boyd's Rocket League and No Man's Sky. It's a pretty small arena. Look at all these wires over there. Oh man, he's making me anxious. Just do it. Just hit the ball. It's Rocket League for people that are slow like me, right? It's cool. It's cool. I think he's even got a scoreboard, or he's got a way that it shows a score. Here we go. Oh, he's getting. Oh, and it says goal. All right, then a light comes on that he made the goal. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see what what people are going to do with this logic system. It's really interesting that it's happening, and Needs to be bigger, Dave Langer. Yeah, Dave Langer's right. It definitely needs to be bigger. I think he might have just laid it down real quick to see if it's even possible, to see if he could even achieve the goal of making like a Rocket League type game. Congratulations to Boyd. He did, and he's got over 10,000 views on this video due to the being, placed inside Kotaku article here. But let's go ahead and go down. We're going to get into the SUBCAST room, start getting you guys on the call today, so that way we could talk about whatever is on your mind. And I'm interested in hearing from you guys, hearing what your tips and tricks are. And we're going to go down to the SUBCAST room right now, where we got Conga sitting in there with his mic muted, unmuted now. What is going on, Conga? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm tired. I'm good. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. You sound really tired.
Yeah, this surgery has really kicked my butt. It's just in this cast inside this house for the past 4 weeks. It's starting to really get on my nerves. So.
Well, I know. I was in the house for almost 6 months, almost half a year, without being able to go to work, without being very mobile, and it's
good.
It starts to mess with your head a little bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to deal with a migraine right now. I was like, yeah, listen to Cobra, maybe it'll go away.
I hope it does go away. I hope it does. And I hope you're being very careful with any painkillers you're taking.
No, I'm just taking regular Tylenol, extra strength Tylenol.
Okay, good. Because I have, that's 6 months when I was out of work for the car accident. There was a very early onset of a problem that I nipped in the bud. It's very dangerous. You don't realize it's happening to you. So just a PSA out there, guys. When you get prescriptions for something like that, make sure you have somebody watch you. It's dangerous. It really is.
Yes, it is. That's why I've just been taking Tylenol, extra strength. That's all they gave. Actually, that's all they gave me. Is extra strength Tylenol.
And I saw your foot too, man.
Yes, sirree. So.
What state do you live in? Maybe they thought that you were
California. California.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's their thinking. Yeah, like, we don't need to give them painkillers because you know what's legal.
Yeah, we're tough. Yeah, we're tough. Yeah, that's it.
Or that. Maybe they thought you were going to get some nip-nip.
Yeah, funny. Hey, I finally got my indium. What's it called? Today I finally got some the active indium. I'm making it on the farm right now. Thank God.
That's good, man. That's good.
Hello.
Oh, we got Snow Obsidian. Man, you're 18, and it sounds like you're just not
19.
19 now, but it's like you're
19?
going through puberty after the age of 18,
man.
because every time you come on a show, your voice gets deeper and deeper and deeper. What's going on with that?
No clue.
Well, how you doing, man?
Doing good.
All right. How's the new job treating you?
It's a job I had previously. It's work. I mean,
Job's a job.
I mean, here's the thing. Assistant manager, if you're seeing this, I hold nothing against you. I hold nothing against you.
Oh, wow.
But you can be a pain sometimes.
So you just
Outed your boss.
You just insulted your boss via my channel. And somehow I feel like I'm going to be the one to be blamed for this.
Yeah,
like it's my fault. Hey, it's
Lawsuit.
Cobra's fault. Whenever I'm on there, he just makes me open up. He's like this internet therapist, and I just say things I don't mean. I'm really sorry. Please blame it on Cobra, Mr. Boss. Please.
Wow. That's a new defense. I like that one. Let's do it.
So, what's going on in the game, Snow? What are you doing? How you faring in No Man's Sky?
I haven't played it in a while, simply because of work. But I have
yeah.
played it in VR. I have played it in VR. It's amazing.
It is. Did you get sick?
Nope.
Not a headache? Nothing?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Then again, I have been playing VR before No Man's Sky, so...
Okay, all right. So you kind of got your VR legs already. So what is your personal review on No Man's Sky VR versus other things you played in VR?
How do I explain this? It's a different experience. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
See, I've seen VR experiences like don't know if you know this one, but Kingdom Hearts VR experience. There's other games that are VR compatible, like Rec Room and such. But No Man's Sky, it kind of has a different take on it. Because here's the thing: you've been playing No Man's Sky on a flat screen for so long, and then you try it with, like, as if you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very different view. So it's kind of basically taking in everything at once, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a very different experience.
It was a very surreal experience for me. Playing a game for so long, and like you said, you're finally inside it. And I remember, for the first time, you know, like seeing a Gek get out of their ship in a space station.
With a Corvax.
And then I walk over to it, and I'm standing over it because I'm taller than a Gek because they're small, because their DNA's not so good, right? They got really weak
You
very.
looking down at the Gek?
Yeah, they
Are you
got very
looking down at
defective
them?
DNA. They can't grow too tall. It's just a really, you know, it's like survival of the fittest was supposed to happen with the Gek, but something stepped in and probably helped them survive when they should have probably died off and went extinct. But here they are. In today's world, in today's universe, they're still alive when they shouldn't be. Survival of the fittest. Nature was probably supposed to discard such a weak, frail thing, evil thing that tried to take over the galaxy and enslaved the Corvax and destroyed the Corvax Prime, and it's just sitting there with its weak DNA.
How do you really feel? I mean,
I'm sorry.
No, just
but I walked
go.
up to the Gek, and I'm like standing over top of it, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, I'm really here. I'm really looking at this thing, and the only thing that I'm thinking about, the only thing that was going through my mind, being that close, standing over top of it, looking at a scaly head, the only thing that was going through my mind was, thank God I can't smell in VR.
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's good one. Good one.
Wow.
I'm sorry. All right, we'll stop.
I don't think
it's all good,
I think
man.
that's profiling. Ain't that profiling?
It's a Gek.
It's a profiling.
Okay, so no, they need to be called out.
What?
Cobra, you need help, Cobra.
I do. I'm sorry.
Someone help us.
I do need help. We need a brand new desk. This thing's so teeny tiny. If you guys would like to help us out getting a desk, if you donate to the Streamlabs link, not the super chat, but the Streamlabs link, we could get a bigger desk here, and we'll have like a setup, kind of like the Late Show with David Letterman. That's what I want. Like a late show with David Letterman. We'll have the Cobra TV logo on the desk in the front, and we'll have multiple cameras set up. So if you guys would like to help us get a better setup here, because this is like what I call a man corner. It's not a man cave. It's a man corner. It's the corner that my wife piles all my stuff in, into the corner.
That microphone in your face does not really do you justice. We have to get that mic out of your face.
No. The microphone's supposed to stay in front of my face.
No. We have to do full face, sir.
I've got a good face for radio.
No.
Yes. All right. So let's get back to No Man's Sky here. Let's get back to No Man's Sky. Dave Hooper says, Cobra, you really should be wearing a helmet. That statement is so true. You know what? I want to put that on a t-shirt. And probably get that tattooed on my forehead. I should probably be wearing a helmet. All right, guys, we're going to get Vargo on the call here. We got Eric Red Hood Gaming waiting in the Atlas 102.5 FM room. And now we got Vargo joining us. Vargo, what is going on, bud? How are you?
No, I've been good, Cobra. How about you, man?
Doing great, except for my car breaking down, leaving me in one of the worst neighborhoods ever.
Yeah.
It was like Escape from New York.
Oh, my goodness. Is that bad?
Yeah, it was horrible. I was scared to death. Look, there was a train track right by me, and this is where they hook the trains up. So they're slamming these things together really freaking loud, dude. Like, There's women walking around doing things. I'm not going to say what they were doing. Trying to do things that were illegal. And there's like shaky, like shaking people walking around, sitting on the ground randomly, getting back up. Like, it was like the worst place ever.
Oh my!
And it was
goodness.
at night, and every time the train smacked, it sounded like gigantic thunder, and I was broke down. I'm on the phone with my wife, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. It was like Sword said, man, it sounds like an episode out of Revenge of the Survivor. It's exactly what it felt like, man. And I told him, I'm like, you know what? I should have recorded the whole thing, and I should have made it like into a Revenge of the Survivor, and I should have uploaded it. But all that aside, I'm doing fine now. We got the car fixed. $300 later, whatever. But yeah. So
that's crazy.
What's on your mind?
I don't know. It's been a little bit since I talked to you. The Beyond update released. Your subcasts have been packed full. You've been really busy, it seems like. So I figured I'm on vacation. I've been on vacation for about a week. I don't go back to work till Tuesday, and I was able to catch your subcast. Since you changed the channel, it's been hard for me to get on because I work when you're casting.
The hours, you mean?
Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. I had an opportunity to call in the show today, and I figured I'd see what's going on. I don't know if anybody knew this. I mentioned it. I was on LZ Subcast last week, or no, not last week. A few days ago, Tuesday, and I made a comment. I'm an observation, actually. I don't know if anybody else caught this or not, but if you guys all remember Waking Titan, right? And the very end of season 2 of Waking Titan, we were supposed to rescue those dreamers. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay. Do you remember how many dreamers there were exactly?
I think it was 8 or 12.
I think it was 8.
I want to say 12.
Pretty sure.
You think it was 12?
I want to say 12.
Okay.
Well, the only reason why I'm saying that is because if you go to the Nexus, all the new 12 alien races, I believe, have the exact same name as the Dreamers.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So we've
like
Tyreek.
Yeah, and Helios and Eris and Mercury. Yeah.
I don't think Mercury was in there.
I don't think so. What about Anthony?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You have to go back and look at the species. I recognized a few of them. I didn't go check every single one, but I recognized a few of them. Like I recognized Eris, and I recognized Helios.
Did we save all of them though? That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. There was
we lost
right?
Tyreek, I think.
So that name might not be one of the alien races that are up there. But yeah, I recognized that, and I was like, and of course I didn't even think about going and checking every single one, but it kind of clicked. I was like, I don't know. You might want to look into that.
That's going to be hard to. Man, somebody in our community, please look into that and see if we could confirm that. Because I'm thinking that you're actually, I think you're right. But I don't think the sites are up or anything. The websites are gone, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we'd have to go back through.
But the videos that we recorded, regarding those should still be up, right?
My videos, my videos are still up. But you know how many times how much I upload and how much I stream? They're buried.
We'll find them. Don't worry.
We'll find them.
But I mean,
if I know your community, someone will find them.
Yeah, and I thought, if that's legit, if that's for sure, maybe they just did it out of like a hat tip to the Waking Titan, or maybe Waking Titan is still in the back of Sean Murray's mind or Hello Games' minds. Maybe I don't know if they'll ever revisit that, but I thought it was interesting that they chose, if it's legit, that they chose to do that. I was like, that was kind of cool.
Huh. Very interesting. If somebody could look into that and let us know in the comment section, or let me know on Twitter. Could always. Oh yeah, that's right. Check the Waking Titan wiki. Let's do that. Let's see if we can kind of look at that real quick. That's a good idea. So let me see. So what else you got going on while I'm looking at this?
Well, dude, I love Beyond so much. It is just absolutely amazing. I'm having a blast. It seems like they expanded on base building, not just by parts, but like the amount that you can build. I've got a rather large base going in a community right now, and I haven't had any crashes or any issues with the size or the complexity of the base.
We got an update tomorrow too. Don't forget about that.
What's that?
Come up. We have an update tomorrow.
Yes.
For all the. So.
Yeah, and I'm hoping what it sounds like from some of the patch notes that they're going to be carrying some of the parts that are in creative over into normal mode, like maybe the light boxes and the sound boxes and the sphere generator and some of that. If they bring that into normal mode, that would be pretty cool.
I just want the medium refinery. I don't care about. I don't want the medium refinery. And then the trick. Oh, let's talk about tricks. The chlorine and oxygen trick. Oh, love that trick.
Yep.
Oh, love that trick.
So I was looking at food crafting a little bit, and I was watching one of Zane's YouTube uploads, and he talked about the different uses for food crafting, and like from what he explained in the video, one of the uses is to restore energy, which if you look at that with the way our inventory is handled, sodium, carrying a couple stacks or even just one stack of sodium is way more efficient than trying to craft food to restore your energy. And then, there's the whole concept behind selling your food to the vendor up in the Nexus for nanites, in which case, depending on the quality of dish, he's going to reward you with anywhere between 5 to 40 or 50 nanites. And I mean, hell, if you wanted to go farm larval cores, that's a much more efficient way to accumulate nanites than selling food, right?
Right.
And so, contemplating that, looking into that, and I'm thinking, well, if that's the case, right, because the game is about survival, and through survival, it's about efficiency. Why the hell would Hello Games spend all that dedicated time in constructing or implementing, anywhere between 300, 350, 500 recipes for you to craft for food when there's no real practical use? Like, why? And the only thing that I can think of is that they're laying the groundwork for maybe a more complex survival game system, like game mechanic. And this is just the introduction. They're getting all their ducks lined up before they.
Oh, it could be. That's one of the things that they always do. They always implement something that they finish later. It's really strange how they do that. And the food, most definitely. You could take it up to Nexus and get insulted by the Space Gordon Ramsay.
That guy.
I have the names of the Dreamers up on the screen, and it doesn't look like that's the case. We have Alexander, Claire, Toby, Nha, Philip, Tyreek, Mike, Isabella, Alicia, Nina, and Simon.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely a good lead to go on, though.
Well, yeah, because there were 12 survivors, there's 12 new alien races. And, of course, these are the names of the actual these are the names of the actual people that were in the simulation.
Right.
They're not their. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's probably going to snap, but that's probably not their handle, right? When you're in a simulation or you're in a game, chances are you're not going to go by your original name. You're going to go by a character name that you created. So be it. But no, you're probably right. There's probably no link.
It could be. There still could be a link because the number 1212. And there's always the numbers never lie. When there's smoke, there's fire. So I see some smoke. So it definitely is worth a little bit more investigation. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, and hey, have you noticed that you can? Oh, this made me so happy. Did you notice that you can fire your weapon inside buildings now?
I didn't even try.
Dude, yes. And there's a bit of a bug to that too, and I think the reason being is is that with the terrain manipulator, there were in previous versions of the game there were issues with outposts and stuff like that spawning into terrain, and you couldn't accumulate any kind of the nanites or talk to any of the NPCs because the base was all filled with terrain. So I guess they maybe allowed you to draw your multi-tool so you can clear out the terrain inside those buildings that just so happen to spawn like that. But in the process, you can actually fire your gun inside buildings. And so when I'm farming like nanites from larval cores, I'll kill off or fend off the abyssal horrors from inside the building because they can't get you. and same with the sentinels. Like if you have a quest to just eradicate sentinels, not that it's really a big issue, but you can actually duck inside buildings and the sentinels will follow you in there, the little scouts do, but they won't fire you because they can't track you. So you can just sit there and kill off sentinels all day long while you're inside the building.
That's good to know.
Cool. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
That's definitely good to know. We got Vera showing up to the chat saying, just got here, but sounds like Waking Titan crazy talk. Did I give you a heart attack? Waking Titan has not started back up, so don't worry. A lot of people are like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It didn't. It's just, we're trying, there's 12 new races, so we're taking a look at the Dreamers' names and things like that. So, not Waking Titan. No, it didn't come back. And
with the, Cobra, just to, anybody has an opinion, with the 12 new alien races, they're only found on the Nexus. Do you think that they're going to expand on those races as a faction, like the Korvax, the Viking, and the Gek with later updates?
I hope so. I was actually hoping that was happening. I mean, have we fully just, went through the lore? I mean, have we really investigated how much new lore there is? So I think it's too early to tell. But like you said, you don't see them at space stations and things like that, like different versions of them. And it's really strange in the trailer. We see them walking around with Exo Suits.
So I think those are... I think he commercialized on that. I think he kind of showed that as a possibility, but I don't think that those were NPCs. I think those were player characters, and I think you're going to be able to unlock those skins through Quicksilver.
Yeah, no, I know they're players. That's that's definitely why I said that they're wearing exosuits.
Yeah.
To reiterate that I think that those are players, and we can't do that right now. And we've discussed, I think, several times that we think that the same thing as you just said, that they're going to be something you would unlock with Quicksilver. But it is a little strange how we could have that in the trailer right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I can't...
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was either in his patch notes when he released them on day one of Beyond, or it was in an interview just shortly before or just shortly after, but somewhere along the lines he had stated that there was so much more that they wanted to put into this update that they felt like they didn't have it polished enough and they didn't have time, and they're going to go back and revisit that with future updates. So there's a bunch of content that's probably just sitting to the wayside waiting to be implemented. Like a lot of the stuff that we have now, we recognized in the data mine files, but we don't have barracks or defense walls. We don't have turrets. We don't have wind generators or wind turbines. We don't have hoppers or any of that stuff yet. And that was in the data mine files.
Yeah.
So that tells me that either through community events when they do weekly updates, or maybe small little DLC content like Abyss or Visions, we're going to start seeing more of that down the road.
I agree. I think a lot of the things, my only speculation is I see a lot of things in the trailer that we don't have. It's got to be community missions. It's got community events. It's got to be Quicksilver stuff. And I think that they're fixing the bugs, getting everything polished up before they move on to the community events. And
Yeah.
I think once that happens, which I think they're probably pretty darn close to being able to put a pretty bow on Beyond and start focusing on community events, which I think is going to open up Nexus a lot more for us.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
soon.
and if you've noticed too, like there's empty shops with no NPCs standing behind them, and there's like 3 or 4 doors within the Nexus that are locked and closed. You know, and somebody could say, well, you know, that's just for aesthetics, but well, then why make it a door? Why not just a solid wall with some decor?
Yeah,
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised that they don't open those doors later on down the road and expand on the Nexus. And, you know, too, as far as Quicksilver goes, I'm earning Quicksilver right now in the game. I think on this new save file that I have, I've got about 40 hours in. I've got about 600 Quicksilver.
Wow.
So I don't know if maybe people know, maybe they don't, but if you follow like the Artemis mission and the Nada Polo mission quest lines, at certain points you'll turn in quests, and Nada will reward you with nanites, but he'll also reward you with about 150 Quicksilver every time he rewards you.
Nice. That's good to know. I know. As soon as you get into Nexus, he'll give you Quicksilver, but I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good, man. Very good.
But man, yeah, I'm loving the update, dude. It's so awesome. It's just so cool.
I love, like, my favorite thing for the update is the way the sunlight shines through the planets now.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody else notices it, but I do. And it just gives there's a much better atmosphere while you're on the planet. And it really feels like the sunlight is really shining through particles, bouncing and reflecting off of things. It's such an improvement. That alone would have been enough for me to be happy about Beyond. Like, hey, we're going to add this new sunlight particle thing, and it's going to make the planets look cooler. I would have been, okay, thanks. I would have been happy with that. And then the second thing's the ships. Oh, man, the ships look so much cooler now.
Yeah, including the exocrafts, just the size alone. The size of the exocrafts are amazing. And the ship detail is just phenomenal. Like really significantly different. Like it's like it hit me right when I first saw it. I was like, wow, the ships, it's really cool. They're really, really cool.
Stay on the call, Vargul, and just talk whenever you want to. Interrupt me. I'm gonna get Hood Gaming in here. Hood, what is up, Hood Gaming? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great.
What's on your mind, man? What brings you on the show tonight?
You
got some if you guys want to come on, don't be afraid and talk about duping. Right? Like I'm not gonna kick you out the show if you're like, hey, I got this super illegal duping recipe. Come on and talk about it. It's fine. I know some of the Facebook groups and things like that, they're kind of banning people right now for doing that. And I don't know why. I mean, myself, I duped a long time ago, and I felt icky. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's not like I could get a competitive edge against you. You know what I mean? So, if you guys have anything that's duping related and you want to talk about that, that's tips and tricks. Help some people out, get some good units and stuff like that. So.
I don't think the chlorine and oxygen is a dupe, is it?
I don't think so.
No, it's not technically duping. No.
But I have.
He sounded concerned. The chlorine's not duping, is it?
I like
Please say no.
Oh man,
that's funny. I love you, Conga.
It's all drugs. Blame the drugs.
You're taking Tylenol.
It's still drugs.
Gosh.
Let me see if you guys agree with me. How many of you agree that it's time for No Man's Sky to open up the dark side?
Open up the dark side?
Dark side.
Like, what do you mean by that? Because you got my ears perked up, man. You can't tell because I got headphones on, but my ears are cramping now because there's no more space in there because they're perking up inside the headphones. So what's up? Tell me.
So, No Man's Sky is perfect. The universe is perfect. The planets is perfect. The ships are perfect. Community is perfect. Now it's time to throw in danger.
Danger. Okay.
Danger Robinson. Danger Robinson.
Like kill. We got the pirates, but man, we kill those pirates. Like it ain't nothing. Pirates. We need some real.
You keep cutting out a little bit, Hood Gaming.
Oh, okay.
I think your sensitivity might be too sensitive.
Correct that right quick. Okay. All right, I fixed it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like when we land on planets, we don't know what's on the planet. We use our scanners, we find artifacts and stuff like that. But say, for instance, you go to a crash freighter, and there's those things that likes to kill you when you mess with their eggs, but the more vicious type, like a colossal one, that comes out the ground. Thrills like that, something that'll get you running back to your ship.
Mommy.
I'm down. Yeah, yeah, man. Why not? I don't know how they would implement it, but I saw a thing in the Nexus. It was a community mission saying kill some odd number of monstrosities, and I know exactly what that's going to lead me to, right? But what it got me thinking, I really wish we could group up and be teleported to a planet where a literal monstrosity would be there.
Yeah.
Some big. I've seen some big fauna in some of your pictures on Facebook. Everybody, I've seen videos of this megafauna, huge, dinosaurs, like stegosaurus-looking things, walking through forests that the trees were towering over the explorer, the person playing, but this thing was 5 stories above those trees, and it was just walking around. And he got on his ship and flew around, and he could see these things. He was up in the air, but their heads were up near where he was. It was not a mod. And to be able to go on a community mission with your friends, to go to planets where big things like that are crazy, and they want to kill you, and you're supposed to hunt them, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be a cool community mission.
Yeah.
Well, I started a brand new save. Now I still have my other save file. It's got 400 or 500 hours on it. But this one I started brand new, and just kind of getting re-situated, reestablished. I was out mining copper or some crap, and there was one of those big megafauna creatures that stepped in front of my laser beam, and I hit it, and it got mad at me, and it one-shotted me. It stomped me to the ground, and I was dead, instantly. So, LZ said that Hello Games did really good. They've got a lot of structure, a lot of bare bones, if you will. They've got stats for different things in the game, like your vehicle and your ship and your multi-tool and your Exo Suit. They've got a pretty good grip on base building. We're just now implementing power. They've got this food crafting thing going now. They have the abyssal horrors and whatnot, as far as threat, along with the sentinels and the corrupted sentinels. But nothing is polished. It's kind of the graphics is polished, and some of the gameplay is really polished. But as far as conceptualizing gameplay, we're really kind of just playing with the bare bones of things, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like Hood Gaming said, this is a prime opportunity for them to take everything that they've got in either 1, 2, or 3 future updates and just go crazy with it.
Oh yeah,
right. Just really, really expand on combat, expand on survival, really go crazy with base building. I was disappointed. As much as I love Beyond, I was a little disappointed that they didn't add more points of interest on the planets. And I was really, really praying for risk reward loot and higher threat in the game. And that just didn't come this time around, and that's okay. But it was a little discouraging, I'll admit. But with that being said, nothing was promised either, right? We didn't know until we got the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find. Go ahead and keep talking. I'm trying to find a short clip of something that was really amazing that was shared to me on Twitter, and as soon as I find it, I'll let you guys know.
And I think somebody back on the show mentioned about shattered planets. I don't know who that was, but on that shattered planet, it can be monstrosities and evil beings that want to kill you, but you take the chance to land there and explore at your own risk.
Oh crap! Speaking of alien, aliens trying to kill me. One's right now trying to kill me. Damn it! You had to jinx me. Thanks.
Because
Oh man, there's a spider too. A three-headed spider. Oh man.
Because right now, the way I feel, I love No Man's Sky. I play it every day. I have like 900 hours in the thing, but it seems too peaceful.
Yeah, it is, and it's always been a bit of a chill game, right? But
yeah.
I think that they could do some things and rework some stuff a little bit differently. So if people want to experience something a little more risky, dangerous, threatening, whatever, then they have that opportunity. And there's consequences for your actions. I think that's kind of important, especially if it's trying to become a survival aspect game, right? Because in a survival game, there's risk reward.
I think the bad thing about is everybody is judging like for Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous. I think a lot of people are like saying, "Oh, it should be like this and that."
Well, hold on, just a second. Check this out. Like, what Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen doesn't have is what No Man's Sky has, right? No Man's Sky is probably one of the only universal open world, open universe games out there that has a really. I know that people are going to probably throw tomatoes at me, but when I say working game, like it works, Beyond had its bugs and stuff like that, but this is a beautiful, well-polished game that has planets, it's got space. Yes, Elite Dangerous has things that No Man's Sky doesn't. And to be honest, I don't think any of these games should be compared to each other, except for the fact that they're in the same genre, right? Elite Dangerous should never be compared. Which is better to play, Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky? They're both good. Anybody who decides to go with Elite Dangerous and not No Man's Sky, or No Man's Sky and not Elite Dangerous, and only have just one in your library, that's ridiculous. I feel sorry for you because these are all great games, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I own Star Wars, but right next to Star Wars, I got Star Trek. I like them both. I mean, why pick? I don't understand why people pick just one. So for threats and things like that, check this out. I got it on screen. You guys that are on the call, you're going to see it delayed, but I'm going to push play. Imagine this was, I think, a bug, but imagine if this was emergent and this was in the game. This would be absolutely amazing. But I'm going to go ahead and push play. And he's cruising on this planet, and watch what pops up over top of the hill. Like something right out of Independence Day. The movie. Look at that. Some things like that. Check this out. I got it on screen. You guys that are on the call, you're going to see it delayed. I can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That is amazing. When you're talking about opening up the dark side, giving a threat on the planet, that right there, guys, is something that I would like to see. Minding your own business, all of a sudden here comes an army right around just look at that.
Yeah,
I like that part.
And I think it's badass. I mean, it really looks cool, and that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But that had to have been triggered, right? I mean, like
I don't know.
Because I've never found a planet that was so hostile that I've had that happen to me.
It's PlayStation. It was shared on PlayStation, so it's got to be a bug. It's a bug because it says PlayStation on the tag here, so it has to be a bug.
What's it say in the comments section? Like, surely somebody's commented on that. Like,
that's on Twitter. There's just a lot of people that are like, "Wow," and a lot of gifs.
I definitely would have got off the planet that would have came over the hill.
I would have said hasta la vista. Like, I'm going home to my mommy.
There's no explanation.
But now, see, I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a little bit. So it's funny that's the typical response, right? Because that's a lot of crap being thrown at you. But here we are talking more threat, and they're in the video. We have more threat, and what's our initial reaction? I'm getting the hell out of here.
Not me, man. I'd be like, oh my god, it's happening. It's an invasion. It's an actual invasion. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. But I don't think it's a game mechanic. I think it's a bug. Have you ever sat there?
It's not like shooting the space station or anything like that.
He might have earlier. Here's what I think has happened. Have you ever you've been playing the game? Have you ever fallen asleep and your PlayStation goes into rest mode, and then you wake up, and then you look at the game, and have you ever noticed like there's just a crap ton of like ships everywhere in space? It looks like a bunch of wires, a bunch of yarn going everywhere. Have you ever seen that?
Me personally, I've never have.
It's a beautiful sight. Beautiful sight. It's a glitch. It's some kind of bug. And I think I've got maybe somewhere on my old computer a clip of when it happened to me. And I think that's similar to what happened here.
Gotcha.
And that's a beginner aircraft too. If you look at the canopy, that's a beginner. Isn't it?
What?
That the ship that he's flying in, that's a beginner one, isn't it?
No, that's not no.
You sure? Okay, it looks like a beginner one to me. Okay.
Now see, I can add something to this video right here. You can put a Gek freighter up in the sky and watch all those ships come out the freighter down and attack you.
Yeah.
Well, what's amazing to me is, like, I would think, I don't know, maybe not. I would think that something like this, if this were to happen to you like a few versions back, like Atlas Rises or Next or something like that, chances are on a console, I would think that back then your console probably would have crashed. Perhaps. But I mean, the game is optimized enough now where it looks like the video was recorded and everything ran smooth. So with all that stuff being generated and firing down on him and everything on a planet, that speaks in volume to how much they've really worked hard on optimizing the game. And that just goes to show that kind of combat and that level of threat, given to a player can happen. It is possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcel Bartz, for the donation and super chat, buddy. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's possible, and it's just something beautiful. Like, I don't know. I think. Go ahead.
It really reminded me of Independence Day.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It really
Spot
does.
on.
Hey,
but yeah, I mean,
sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Ganga.
No, I was just before I forgot to say, people in Florida, take it easy. Don't be stupid. The hurricane's coming toward you. Be careful.
Yeah. Be careful out there, guys.
Sorry, that was a service announcement.
Go ahead, Hood.
Yeah, I just called in to my best friend in Florida. He owns a computer shop. I told him about the storm. They've been evacuated right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is no joke, baby. If that thing curves and stays on the coast, Orlando's screwed. That's for sure.
Yeah, it sure is. We got Eric Red 25 joining the show. He is muted though, so I don't know if he's going to unmute. But Eric Red, you there, buddy?
I hear you.
Huh?
I hear him. I hear him.
You there, buddy?
You hear him?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I got you. I could hear you. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually I was watching The Expanse. I saw it on Amazon Prime, and then I saw you were on, so I'm like, I paused it real quick. Not sure if you've ever seen this show before.
I haven't. I was getting ready to ask you, how is it?
It's good. It's like the future space story about how Earth and Mars are colonized, and like there's people are farming asteroids for water, and there's like this like feud against the Earth and the Mars over resources. So it's pretty good.
It's cool,
I've watched the first season of that and part of the, I think, second season, and yeah, I really like it. It's got a really cool story.
Yeah.
Very cool. What's on your mind, Eric?
Not a whole lot. I wanted to add something to your guys' like invasion fighters on planets thing. One thing that I kind of wish they would get more involved in are the crashed freighters. I like how they added the rooms finally to where the cargo is.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to see is the NPCs actually there, like survivors, or maybe like sentinels around the areas. Make it a little more hostile, and maybe some like lore, like you like a monitor. You have to go in and do your little code thing, and it gives you a backlog of who attacked the freighter, things like that.
Yeah, that's the crash freighters are. I don't know. I think it needs a lot of improvement.
It does.
I would like them to somehow. I don't know. I guess this is kind of stupid, but maybe salvage them in some way.
So, like right now we have with our multi-tool, we have the ability to salvage salvageable tech, right?
Yeah.
And if they wanted to leave the crash freighters just as they were, then they should allow us, or it would be cool if they allowed us to, like you said, scrap each individual multi-tool, maybe get pure ferrite or magnetized ferrite or regular ferrite or whatever the resource material is. They should let us harvest that. Or the other thing that they could do is with the with the stuff that you get out of the crates, I think they should be a little more rewarding, if you will, because right now it's like you loot one and you get launcher fuel or you get an antimatter casing. I mean, it's pretty lackluster, as far as looting from those. And I know it's random and it's kind of procedurally generated as far as the loot goes, but I think they should change the variables on that and maybe make it more lucrative, worth your while. And I wouldn't set it up if they're not going to let you salvage the ship, they should set it up to where you can explore the inside of that ship. I mean, because when we park our ships on a freighter, we have free roaming inside our own freighters, and we know that freighters are pretty good in size. They should let us go down into those, even though they're crashed on the ship, and explore some of that stuff underground. No?
Yeah. One other thing, instead of like just ship customization, I kind of wish that they would allow us to build a ship from scratch, like get like different pieces, like
you need
like like 50 pieces of different parts of a ship, and just like use the crafting components and stuff and build our own ship. That would be cool.
I think it would be. Now you're talking my subject. Yeah, that's what I really want, man. Dude, I want that more than anything, and I've wanted that since day one. And I think with the limitations that we can all see on ships, you know, because there are a lot of ships in this game, but they are all very similar to each other. And like just like in the real world. I mean, that's not a knock on the game at all. You know, we've got Fords, you know, look like Chevys, you know, all Fords look like Fords, all Chevys look like Chevys, you know what I mean? So it looks like we've got a couple makers in the game. And I think a really good thing would be to give us the power to make some Frankensteins, man. You know, or make some crazy movie replicas like from Star Wars or Star Trek or something.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
When I was a kid, I used to build Legos and stuff, especially the Star Wars Legos, and I would always get bored with like building the regular instructions and stuff. So I mean, obviously, if you're a science freak and you have Legos, you want to build your own spaceship.
Right.
So,
And you know,
yeah, that would be great to expand on that.
I agree.
Speaking of which, I think someone actually built a Lego spaceship.
yes, he did. It's very huge.
I know they like some people have done like custom ships from like Destiny and Halo. I haven't seen one for No Man's Sky.
To answer Hero Zero, that's a cool name. In the
That
chat,
is a good name.
I have yes, this is my PSVR up here. I did try No Man's Sky on VR, and it's amazing. I did it live on stream, and I got a little motion sickness, so I don't have my VR legs just yet. I'm scared to put it back on in No Man's Sky. I got so sick. I just didn't show it that much on stream, but I had a massive headache from then all the way until like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to get back in it, and I'm doing little spurts. I'm going to put some comfort settings on in No Man's Sky, and then I'm going to just ease my way into it. But just right now, I'm looking at that thing, and it looks like the guy that just beat me up and took my lunch money. So, so
Poor Cobra.
I'm going to get back into it. I'm a little wimp. I know. I'm a little wimp. But I'm going to get it back on and try again.
Hey, I did a VR with like PC and my PS4 at the same time. I was so bored one day. I was like, I had both headsets on in a weird way, and I tried to do it. It didn't work really well, but.
Hey, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when
I noticed you on Twitter, Cobra. You retweeted my digital art pictures. I had 3 of them posted, and I think I tagged you in them.
Oh yeah, those are amazing, dude.
Yeah, I got like 8 likes on them. So
if you have any more of that, let me know.
Yeah, believe it or not, I got into spray paint art a few years back, and so I was doing that for a while, and then I bought an iPad and started doing them digitally on Procreate. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let's address Stubborn Ninja in the chat. That's what I wanted to bring up in the beginning of the show, but I'm glad we're talking about it now. We're going to build a city planet in No Man's Sky.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So what does that actually mean?
We're going to try and build a planet that is going to be like one of the 8th wonders of the universe, or 8th wonders of the galaxy, right? Mm-hmm. So it's when we do it. See, Stubborn Ninja, I got a different idea. So I want the entire community involved, and it's also a way to stress test everything, and I think we're going to break the planet, so don't think for 1 second that I'm not aware that we're going to ruin something. Okay, we're going to ruin something doing this. But maybe
Things will break.
But what we're going to have to do is try and do it carefully. So we're going to have to use something really simple in the system, such as wood or just regular,
Concrete. Yeah,
no glass,
concrete,
nothing reflective, nothing spectacular. And what I want to do is, and we're probably going to do this Monday night. I said it was going to be tonight, but I had to give a little bit more thought on how we're going to go about this. But everybody's allowed to come to this planet and build something. What we need to do is build structures that are simplistic. Don't go all crazy and put interiors in. You could build rooms, but who's in the wind?
That is me. I just unmuted myself. I am at the beach right now, and I brought my PlayStation up thinking we were going to be
Oh, you're
Are you
doing that tonight.
beach? What beach?
I'm at the beach, yeah.
You're at the beach
Where?
on a call with
Where?
Cobra with a PlayStation 4. Are you getting stared at?
That's epic.
Yeah.
No. I don't. My PlayStation 4 is in my room. I'm walking out on the beach.
Oh,
right now.
okay. I'm sitting there. He's blowing sand out of the cracks.
He's on the
PlayStation? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's funny.
Okay.
Okay,
Offered everything.
so Cobra, well, that was I was hoping to get in contact with you before the stream. I didn't expect you to stream so early. I have a lot of stuff written up on this, and I was hoping to just go over it with you to kind of think about that.
Well,
I
we've
know
been
that
doing
we're
it at
kinda
6
all over
o'clock
the
for a long time now.
I know, and I got carried away. I thought we
Okay.
were still doing it.
So I know what your plan is, and your plan's fine. And we could go ahead and go with that. But what I want to do is just involve everybody this first go around.
Yeah.
So,
that plays into it. I really put a lot of thought into that, and that can play into this because we do need a lot of stress testing. You know what I mean?
of course.
So I mean, this can play into that, and these are kind of two separate things. Just like Bruce Cooper's community planet is kind of a separate thing to like a controlled city planet, is what I kind of call it. But anyway.
Well, I'm playing in a star system with a small community right now. I think there's there's 16 people in the community, but I've been grouped up on a single planet with about anywhere between 4 to 8 people, and I have noticed a huge difference in being in a large base by myself versus being in a large base with multiple people. You do start to experience a little bit of lag depending on how detailed and how large scale the base is. Now, when I'm playing by myself, I don't really experience little to no lag. But as soon as people start joining in the game or occupying the same space as I am on a regular PlayStation 4, I do experience some.
Yeah. So what we're going to have to do is simplistic bases. Don't go too big. We're going to try and build them as close together as possible. Very simple and outside, like exterior structures. Don't decorate the inside of it. Don't put a lot of couches, or don't put any couches yet. So what we're going to be doing is basically building lots of 4 walls and roofs and things like that, and just building a city. And then once we see how much we can take, how much the system can take of that city, then we'll start seeing what we need to delete, how much we can add into the interior. And I really want to make this something that's like one of the 8 wonders of Euclid. And it's just a fun little experiment. Yes, Stubborn Ninja.
You know what I
on PS4.
I was gonna say, I would say do several planets. Do one with no rules, and then do one that you only can build with like concrete, wood, and metal. You know what I mean? And kind of just let people experiment and kind of go. And then the other thing that you need to test is that if we build this on a moon, a tiny little airless moon, and someone starts building, plenty of people start trying to troll and build on the planet that the moon's on, will that affect performance?
All right, we're going to have to... there's too much wind, Stubborn. Too much.
I am sorry. I'll get to a place where I can actually talk.
Okay, we got a special guest on the show. He's muted, but this is the Gift of Gaming that is on the show. You guys might know who he is. He is the one who set up the he's the one who set up the billboard for the fundraising for the billboard and got it. Yeah. So he's joining us now. Gift of Gaming. How are you, buddy? First, let me thank Ryan Evans, Sword. Both of those guys just donated. Ryan Evans says, love your content and enthusiasm, Cobra. Been a sub for a long time. Hope you get that new desk. Thank you so much, buddy. Gift of Gaming. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I
celeb,
got so many
You're
questions.
A celeb.
Yeah,
Man.
you're a major celebrity here.
Just first of all, can I just say thank you to yourself and everyone else who's welcomed me to this community. It's made this project a whole lot easier. I definitely feel like a guest here in the community, and I was received really warmly. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah, it's amazing to have you on the show, man. It's such a pleasure. I want to know, like, the story of the billboard, and then we'll get into some other project that you've got going on that I'm super excited for you to talk about. But let's talk about the billboard. What, like the day before it happened, like what were the thoughts leading up to this? Just take us through everything. Like what made you think of this?
I can take you from square one. So
good, definitely.
When Beyond was announced, I'm sure you guys remember the summoning threads that we're seeing all over Reddit. Mm-hmm. On one of those summoning threads, someone mentioned in a joking way, we should thank Hello Games for Beyond and everything they've done for No Man's Sky. I can't quite recall, but I remember someone mentioning a billboard or some sort of like public gesture, and that the idea of the billboard just stuck in my mind. It's something I've done in my own line of work before, and I just thought, that would make a great crowdfunding project. So I got to work. I made a draft, I booked the billboard, and put up the GoFundMe, and it almost immediately took off, and media got hold of it, Forbes got hold of it. It was honestly quite amazing, and the coolest bit about it was it really was a communal effort, and it was a privilege to be a part of that. It was such a positive thing, and it was really exciting to do.
Awesome. So, like, when you were like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's do a billboard. Google. So you went to Google, and you're searching for, like, did it shock you how much it was going to cost for the billboard, or like, how was?
Well, those prices are something I'm somewhat familiar with. It was. So the billboard was in Guildford. I'm actually from Sydney, Australia. So, I mean, the prices are a little bit different than I was expecting. But this is all familiar ground for me. So I felt pretty confident in the project and carrying it out, really.
Very good, very good. Yeah, as soon as we saw it, we definitely started chatting about it here on the show and stuff like that. And man, you guys it just took off, didn't it?
Yeah, it was such a great reaction. And on top of that, there were so many extra projects of thank you. Like I've definitely got to mention Razor Mouse or Rasmus's community book. That thing was amazing. Did you have a look at that?
Yeah, I'm in the book. I'm in there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think I added a screenshot or two in one of the last pages. But yeah, like that, stuff like that that blows my mind. Like, I grew up playing, Sega, Sonic, Spyro, all that kind of stuff. And like, this is where games are at now. And it truly blows my mind.
Yeah. So how did it feel like when you were noticing that your project, that the billboard, it was actually becoming funded, like really quick? How did that make you feel? And how did it make you feel when it started going above and beyond that?
Yeah, it was quite surreal to see so much support for an idea I had. And yeah, once it exceeded budget, for a second there, I was kind of worried. I was like, what do I do with everyone's money here? Like, everyone just wants to say thank you to Hello Games.
Yeah.
But I fulfilled my billboard budget. So I had a quick brainstorm, and my first and final idea was, I'll basically give that on to someone. And I settled on children's hospitals and giving games and consoles to those kids.
Right.
Speaking of which, I'm getting an update from two of the PR officers from both of the hospitals I went to, and I should be able to put up a post over the next week, bit of a slideshow of images and messages from the hospital. I think would be a nice way to round out the billboard project.
Yeah, that'd be really good, man. You guys even made it into Forbes magazine.
Yeah, that was unreal. And the second article, the follow-up article, was really cool because I was able to bring a lot of the community into the article, like Rover Knight with his multi-tool creation, a couple of my friends that helped out with the project, everyone at the Guildford meetup. It was it was really fun to do.
That's super awesome, dude. And at one point in time, it looked like you had changed the billboard to be a colored billboard, and then it went back to black and white. What was that about?
So, it was a bit of a funny story. I was looking at the design, and there's something to it in that it kind of reflects the communal thanks. Like, it's a really simple, like, it's almost like an ASCII art. Am I pronouncing that right? ASCII? Probably not. It's almost like one of those text art creations, and it fit perfectly. But at one point, I was looking at it, and when you look at your own work too long, you can pick apart anything. And I was just sort of like, oh, this is basically crap. I need to spruce it up. And so I looked at some color palettes in the Beyond imagery, things like that, and just tried to add some simple, interesting elements that I thought would work. Anyway, posted the update, and it apparently did, and I had a lot of people saying, revert it back to the original. There was also some support for it, but as it was a crowd-funded thing, I thought it's best to do what the majority wants, so reverted it back.
Right. That's super awesome, man. Very cool. And to see Sean Murray take a picture, like a little selfie in front of it, that had to have felt good, man.
Yeah, it was. But it was also, the feeling was, I don't know how to word it right, but it was 100% a communal thing. Like, I definitely put in quite a bit of effort to get it going, but without everyone's support, like financially or on social media or otherwise, it simply wouldn't have happened. So at one point, I felt like sitting back and just letting everyone sort of enjoy it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was saying too much about it, so it felt good to just sit back and let everyone celebrate Beyond and the billboard. And yeah, I don't want to. It definitely wasn't just me. I've been trying to
by
get
all
that
means,
across,
I don't think that like, I'm not canceling all the amazing people that donated to get this thing going and making those kids happy and things like that, and getting Hello Games fed with burgers and beers, and definitely a lot of people are involved in that. But it took the spark from you to get that thing rolling. Otherwise, it just, I don't think it may not have happened without you. So you are definitely somebody to really look at and point the finger and say, you, man. Wink your eye and say, you. It was you. Thank you, buddy. Right? So a lot of people, everyone that donated, thank you so much for donating and helping that happen. But it was you that kickstarted that off, man. It started with you.
Appreciate it. You mentioned the burgers and beers just before. So I've actually recently got in touch with Hello Games, and I've been waiting to make that connection before I deliver those things to them. So if anyone's wondering, the lunch is coming for them. It's I just don't have a concrete time of when it's happening.
I see. I see. And you've got something else that you were messaging me about, and I don't know if you would like to talk a little bit about that right now.
To be honest, I don't think I should. There are still talks going on that are sort of above my head. but that would be something I would love to come and discuss when I can. But at this point, I don't feel I can. I will say though that it's just another exciting communal project that I think could really benefit the No Man's Sky community. So
Right.
I'm hoping it will work. But until I know something for sure, I'll just leave it as
All right,
is.
so we'll put a pin in that, but just think, guys, this is the billboard guy, right? All right, so he's got something else planned for us, so it's gonna be good. So we'll put a pin in that, and whenever you are ready to talk about that, I don't care what time it is. The only time I'm gonna say I can't is if I'm at work or I'm driving home. That's it, right? If I'm here, we're getting on. We're gonna record a podcast. If it's something you want to wait till we're live, we could do it live. So pretty much, you just tell me when to jump, and I'll jump.
Absolutely, that would be fantastic. And just having a one-on-one discussion before that time in regards to the project would be great too.
Okay. All right. Well,
Awesome.
does anybody else? Does anybody have any questions for the gift of gaming? No. Okay.
Nope, that's all right.
That's all right. It's a quiet bunch tonight. They're all sleeping, I think.
Yeah, that's all good. It was,
right.
It was great.
It's a holiday
coming on
weekend,
your
man.
show.
It's a holiday weekend.
Yeah, no, look, I'll have that one if there's time. It's been good, to be honest. My partner and I both had Friday off, so yeah, it's been nice. It's been a nice start to a long weekend.
Well, very good gift of gaming. I feel weird saying that calling you gift of gaming.
You can call me Cam if you want.
Cam. Okay, we'll call you Cam. All right. Cam, thank you for coming on the show. If you'd like to stay on and talk to people that come on here or just talk about No Man's Sky in general, you're more than welcome. But I know you kind of got to be busy, so if you got to go, then I understand that.
Yeah, I should probably head off. Although I'd love to come back and chat another time.
Awesome. I look forward to it, Cam.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Cobra, and thanks again, everyone. Really appreciate you having me on the show.
That was amazing. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Have a good one, man. Catch you
All
later.
right, you too. Bye, Cam.
See you later.
All right. Good call, guys. Cam coming on to talk about the billboard. That was a good call. What do you guys think?
It was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Sword's here. What's going on, Sword?
What's up, buddy?
My buddy, my pal, my dude that was caught in traffic.
Oh, brutal, man. Memorial or Labor Day weekend. Gotta love it.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm getting better every second.
Are you streaming tonight?
Yes. Yes,
You are?
I'm
Okay.
going to.
All right,
yes.
All
What
right.
is going on, Cobros? How are y'all guys in the chat doing? Glad to see each and every one of you guys.
What'd you
And
think of that?
awesome job on the 66 likes. Go ahead, brother.
What'd you think of that call with Cam? I mean, that was great.
That was awesome. I was messing with my mic settings again, trying to make sure I'm not quarterbacking anymore. But you guys let me know if I am. Am I?
Yeah.
I cannot peg it, guys. I'll get on like a one-on-one call with people. Perfect, crystal clear. I get on the SUBCAST chat and I'm bugged, guys. It's just, yeah.
It's so strange. I don't know what it is.
He's allergic to you, Cobra. He's allergic.
Have you ever
Plain
listened
simple.
back to see what it sounds like?
No, I'm too
See,
afraid.
you are crystal clear right now.
Yeah. Don't move.
Crystal, yeah,
So
don't
back.
move. Stay very
don't
still.
And it might be my mic gain and it's kicking out or something. Let me turn it down a little bit. Do I sound clear enough now? Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, you're
we're
real
good.
clear.
Oh, that may be what it is. I may have my booster for my condenser mic maybe turned up a little bit too loud or too high.
I don't know. It's just probably just a weird bug. Who knows? So yeah, we've been talking a bit about Beyond. We've been talking about how people would like to see some threats in No Man's Sky. We showed a video clip. Did you see that one video clip on Twitter?
I did, man. I seen it on the SUBCAST. I've been lurking on the way home, but yeah, looks like somebody shot the space station and had them chase them to the planet and then turned around on them.
Yeah. I want to welcome the new member to the channel, Ryan Evans, who just became a member. Thank you so much, Ryan Evans. I do appreciate that. And I do want to kind of just go back and really thank you, Ryan Evans, for donating to the Super Chat as well. And thank you, Sword. I kind of rushed through thanking you guys when you donated because Cam had just joined the show. But I do just want to reiterate that I am thankful. Thank you.
Oh man, every good streamer needs a desk, brother.
Yeah, we got an L-shaped desk, but we've outgrown it. It's too small. It's just absolutely too small.
Yeah, I gotta get. I still got mine sitting in the living room. So
we got Dave Brown joining the show. Dave, what is going on, buddy? Hey, Conga.
Hey, what's going on?
Can you? I know you're enjoying that fan. Can you mute when you're not talking?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just turned the fan off.
Okay,
I just turned it off.
Okay.
I was worried. I got booted out of here. I'm like, oh, someone just booted. I was like, oh, it's the fan.
What's going on, Dave? What's on your mind, buddy? Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me on. I've been actually watching you since 2016.
Wow, that's been a long time.
Yeah, I started with when No Man's Sky first announced at E3, of course, like everybody else, got on that hype train and followed DM21 Gaming. And then I started saying, you know what, I wouldn't mind seeing some other podcasters out there, some YouTubers. And I came across your content and I've always just found that you've, much like what I believe Evans or Ryan said earlier, very enthusiastic towards the games. You have a lot of great feedback, a lot of great viewpoint on it. So
thanks, man. And and one of the things, the reason why I started the subcast is not so I can get up here and talk, so that I can give anybody in the Cobra TV a voice if they want to voice their opinion for whatever that opinion might be, and for the No Man's Sky community as well, to be able to come on. And I try and there's no qualification. I try and get every single person on the show so that way they have a voice.
Well, I think we all can say that we appreciate that because you know what, it is a community, and it's really good to be able to chat about it with all you guys.
Yeah.
This Beyond update, that said, this Beyond update has been nothing but fabulous. I know that some really good points were made on some content we'd love to see in there. Definitely the dark side comment earlier was very interesting. I threw out in that YouTube chat about, it'd be great if we could raid bases, like get those pirates on the ground, which was something you were, I believe, hoping to see going into the Beyond.
I was hoping, but you can't shoot the Gek. Why can't you shoot the Gek?
I know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell.
Honestly, I was watching the launch there, and I went to try to find a Gek on the planet so I could so I could stream it and then send it to you. And I did. I found a Korvax, not a Gek, and I was like, oh well, he doesn't want me to shoot this guy, but shoot, we gotta test this out. And yeah, it just won't let you. And I'm sitting there being like, Sean, come on, man. We're getting so close. It would be really great because then I can see those factions that Sean Murray was indicating back way back there, even when he was on Stephen Colbert, about getting into different factions. That's where I think would be really cool is if we have that reputable sort of stats. If you're shooting Korvax or Geks and you enter one of their systems, all of a sudden, and that would be really cool.
You know how you warp into a system and there's a war going, and they ask you for your help and stuff like that, right? Why can't you land on a planet and you're like, holy crap, there's a war on this planet. They're all on foot fighting. They got exocraft vehicles battling each other. And, there's yet another fight that you can get into. I want that.
I just feel with every update, Cobra, we're getting sort of close to it. And, Sean's not going to flat out tell us if that's endgame. But I feel like more and more we're getting closer to having that as potential of something we could see.
Let me ask you guys this now. I mean, everybody's gotten their feet wet. We know what for the most part, what Beyond brought to the table, right? Seeing how much the game has developed over time and where we are currently at now, where do you think Hello Games is taking No Man's Sky? What path do you think they're going down? I mean, it's a big sandbox, obviously, but I think yeah, it's just a huge sandbox, right? But I think with more and more updates, it's becoming more and more refined.
It's going to the dark side.
I think what their goal is, and it's with the wires, it's with the electric wires, it's with the cooking, it's with, you know, a lot of the things that were added into the game. What they're trying to, I think their thought pattern is, how can we keep them in the game longer? How can, you know, what can be fun for them to do? New projects, new things to keep them going. I think they're trying their hardest to create these game loops. And that's where I think that they're trying to pay attention to. I think that's what they're trying to pay attention to at the moment. And with Beyond is, how do we keep them in the game and how do we keep them entertained?
So I wish someone would start a war already. Like, two of the factions just go ahead and go to the war, like Galactic Hub and someone else.
Hey, come on. You know the drama that's been started here because of all that stuff. Just come on, man.
Well, the only reason I say Galactic
Hub... You'll see that on LZ Street.
You know, with what you said, Cobra, when Foundations was first brought to us, we got base building. And now here we are with Beyond, where they've really expanded on base.
Base?
You got raptured.
It's all about the base, about the base, about the base. No trouble.
Sorry, I had an incoming call.
That's awesome.
So what I was going to say was, I guess with the logic, right, that the Hello Games watches how we play. If we're wanting combat and loot in the game, then that should be our main focus in gameplay, right?
Right.
Because, I mean, otherwise, what? They're going to ignore that aspect of the game and just not bring it? I mean,
well, it's clear Sean's definitely paying attention, and I really think what it is he's realizing that the majority of the players are really loving to be creative and stuff. So he saw, what did he say? About 20% were really focused on base building, and I think that he wants to really get that down packed. Because I think the bases are going to start being a big thing even more in the future, especially with the multiplayer aspect. He never really wanted it to be that combat multiplayer game. I remember him saying that right from the get-go. And so it's starting to go that route. But yeah, I do think that they're looking at that being more creative. And that's why, to Cobra's point, ship building. I really think that we got to start really seeing some more customizations there too, to give people more reason to stay on. Because when you start building things, guys, that's when you start squirrel chasing, and that's when you start realizing, oh my god, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I know. Yep, definitely.
Think about the evolution of No Man's Sky is kind of like the evolution of sci-fi. So, like, we kind of started out with 2016 with the 60s style of sci-fi, and it's kind of turned into this post-Star Wars kind of thing. You know what I mean? How the game has evolved, what you can do inside of it. If you think about it that way, it makes a lot of sense, actually. You know what I mean? How it's kind of evolved and the ideas sci-fi has.
Yeah.
So when the game first launched, right, we had our multi-tool, and I think the only two options I think at that time, or three options I think we had, was the grenade launcher, we had the mining beam, and then boltcaster. And that was it, right? But within future updates, they added combat scope, they added the scatter blaster, they added the pulse rifle, they added the blaze javelin, they added all these weapon mods, right? But then we don't really have a whole lot of threat to use them on. And then they did the same thing with our ship upgrades. They added the different kinds of weaponized mechanics to the ships that we could mod our ships with. So if combat, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, I'm just poking and prodding. If combat is not Hello Games' main focus, and it's just about being creative and kind of building that that replay value in survival, then why give us the combat upgrades? Why even go down that road?
I see what you're saying. It's probably something, I think like to Dave's point is, that they might be heading towards that down the road. That, this is pretty much a painting and the paint's not dry yet.
Right.
No man wants to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Well, that and he did say on that IGN interview, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I recall him saying that although this was the biggest update to date, this was just the foundation for more updates to come. So I think that's also why we're facing a lot of bugs and why there's things that we saw in the trailer, Cobra and guys, that isn't really there. I think it's because it's all is there. It's just that they're bringing us to that, and they're going down this path of a whole new Beyond update with a lot to come. So the ship customizations, I think it's obvious. I don't know how in depth it's going to be, but I know we're going to be able to add skins. They've probably signed off and said, "Yep, check." And the weaponry, I really think that we're going to start seeing more with the factions, because since day one, that was one of the big hypes that Sean was really pushing, that joining your faction aspect. So I do believe that's why we're seeing those weapons upgrades, and I think that they're just trying to figure out how they're going to make it work. And now that they have all this multiplayer aspect to it, and it's now not solo, how they're going to make everything work when 8 to 16 people are all running out of freight or getting ready to war out in space or on the ground.
Yeah, I'm still in my mind trying to figure out what is going to be in that middle monitor in the Nexus on the right hand side. Like, I still have a hunch that it might be like some more freighter customization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or ships.
Yes, that's too.
That would be cool.
He's like, yeah, that too.
Bring it all. Where's the Death Star? No, how you can buy stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if we could literally have a trader that you just go up and you start buying ships or ship parts and gun parts, and have that. We don't have that yet. It's just basically you find technology and you install it. But where's that trader on the space? We got it for everything else. So that's why I'm agreeing with Cobra and everybody here that there's going to be something more to do with the ships. We've not seen the end of that, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a little weird why, because it doesn't sound like ship customization's going to, it could be Quicksilver stuff. It could be. I don't know if it would be. I guess we just got to wait and see. I think we're getting real close to the game, the Beyond being finally 100% polished as much as it's going to be, and that I think a lot of answers are going to come as soon as those community missions, community events are going to happen. We'll have a lot of answers to a lot of the things that we don't know about that we've seen in the trailer and read in the patch notes. Speaking of war, Lord of the Rings Defender, I just wanted to say something funny. Said something in the chat saying he heard someone left a message at one of the Coda Hilltop arenas. I don't know which one, and I don't know if they're rogue or what. So I guess somebody's trying to claim war against us already. I wonder if they're disappointed that I haven't noticed them. So far, this comm station's like a rumor, and I haven't noticed. So I wonder if they're upset or disappointed. They're like, I'm going to declare war against them. Why haven't they noticed me?
Oh, sorry, we'll be with you in just a minute. Just sit down there, sir.
So,
wait your turn.
The chairs, you can sit in the chairs now, so have a seat. Wait.
To have a seat.
Just the square ones, not the round ones.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of sitting, dude, somebody messaged me on one of my streams on the comments talking about, because I didn't know this, saving in the regions will give you 10 nanites and a navigation data.
Really?
I'm like, cool, I'll try it. Yeah, every time you save at one of the region save points, gives you nav data and some 10 nanites. And I said, well, I'll start stopping at the ones that have damaged equipment beside it because I'm out hunting nanites. Checking out, really digging that they've added more reason to land at the small settlements, the 2 little shacks, because you can pull almost 100 nanites off of every one of those between the nanite box in the shack and the damaged equipment. And I landed at one, I think it was last night. And when I went to go to the save beacon to set the little red antimatter barrels, there was a Gex sitting on it. No ship anywhere around, but there was just a Gex sitting on the red antimatter barrel at one of the region save beacons. I was curious if anybody's seen that.
I've never seen that.
Blew my mind. I'm like, what are you doing here? Because I didn't notice him when I walked up to hit the save beacon. It was like something got up off the barrel, and I'm like, what was that? And it was a Gex standing there.
That's badass.
Yeah, I saw somebody else's stream. They parked their ship there, and this Gek, who was I watching? This Gek walks around to the back, and it sits down on a barrel right behind the ship's thrusters and just sat there staring at the ship, kicking its feet. And I was sitting there screaming at the screen, "Get in your ship and turn on the thrusters now! Turn on the thrusters! Take that up to that Space Gordon Ramsay in the freaking Nexus!" But no, they didn't want to do that.
Space Gordon Ramsay.
I'm sorry. Vargo, you were trying to say something a few seconds ago.
Oh, I was just going to make a comment based on the Quicksilver and the community missions. If I remember in an interview a while back, Sean Murray said that he was trying to avoid. He wants to continue to support No Man's Sky and continue to update and add new content as long as it's fun and it's challenging.
Right.
It's kind of fresh and new. He doesn't want to just do skin packs and upgrade modules and aesthetics and stuff like that. But yet, isn't that what the community missions Quicksilver is going to bring? And that's what we're purchasing from the vendors. So for now, right? But I mean, so does that mean we are going to get aesthetics and we are going to get skin packs, even though in his interview they don't have fun doing that? I don't understand what his point was trying. What point he was trying to make?
Well, I think, and I'll interject here. I think when you talk about skins like helmets, armor, stuff like that, that's easy to add. That's character development equipment stuff that's related to your save. That's not with that doesn't affect the procedural generation or have an effect on the procedural generation. I think, and I don't know, just my take on it or my thought on it. I think they want, if they're when they say they add skins and stuff like that they're they want to add something more exciting or more meaningful to the game. I think that stuff you can design, add to the game, and be done with it, and end of the day. But there have been Sean and the team has just really been known for being not overly, but really ambitious,
right,
with everything that they do. And adding skins doesn't really seem ambitious when it's something that's easily done in the game.
I think what Sean Murray says things very odd, and I don't think that he said that properly in their interview, or that maybe something was taken out of context from the writer, that maybe something was said prior or after that put it into more context. And the reason why I said that is because if you go back and look at the Beyond trailer, there are new skins. There are new Exo Suits that we have not seen yet. At least I haven't really played with the modifier. Have you seen those Exo Suits with the big giant shoulder pads and
No,
no.
Mm-hmm.
See,
oh yeah,
they're that's they haven't gotten in there yet, but they did work on skins. I think that maybe what Sean was trying to say back then was we're not just going to pump out an update that's just skins only. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I don't think that he thought, hey, this is boring to us, because I thought that too when I first read it, and I was a little disappointed, to be honest with you, about that interview. But But after seeing what the trailer for Beyond was, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I think that maybe that was taken out of context because they did work on skins.
Right. Yeah.
I think he might have been trying to say that they're not going to drop some DLC where, you know, how other companies do it. Hey, pay $15.99 and you can get like 5 legacy skins or something like that. Maybe that's what he was trying to say without mentioning money. Just like we're never going to focus directly on skins with each update, that there's always going to be a lot more to it, and it's always free content.
Right.
Or maybe just the simple fact that the weekly community updates are going to bring the aesthetics and the skin packs and whatnot for us to purchase and be rewarded for participating. And he's going to save the more complex and more ambitious content for future updates.
Hi, Robbie. In the chat there. Hi, Robbie. Yeah, I think you're Vargo, I think you nailed it right there. I think that if there are skins, they're going to come with every update. I don't think we're just going to get No Man's Sky skins. You know, 3.0 skins. You know, I just don't think it's just going to be added in with each update. They don't want to just sit there and just pound out skins and it not be that's not very ambitious, and that's not working towards a goal for something innovative. So I think that article, something was taken out of context. I don't think it's clear as black and white.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did
believe it was, though, at one time.
You know, like customizing your character and having, well, and Sword can appreciate hunting for that special ship, you know, that you've been waiting for, you know, or finding that really awesome multi-tool. I mean, that's part of player progression. That, you know, you're playing your avatar. It's a direct representation of your likes and dislikes, and it's kind of important to have that kind of stuff in the game. And I would be disappointed if they just didn't have it, you know.
Well, I will tell you, one of my favorite features of this update is being able to move your tech around.
Yes.
That made quality of life on that
was
just, that made life so much easier for ship hunting.
Yeah. Sent you a message there, Sword, over on Twitter.
I got you.
Okay.
I'll get right on.
Also, if anybody's watching on Twitch, I don't know how to get the chat interlinked with the stream here, so I don't see. I know people have stopped chatting over there because I don't respond to anybody in the chat room because I don't see the chat. But I do know that some people do tune in and watch over there on Twitch, and I do want to thank you guys for being over there. And for some reason, it's not restreaming to Facebook anymore, so. And if it is, hi Facebook. If it isn't, I'm sorry.
I think you may have to go back in and reactivate it in your restream.
Yeah, probably have to pull a couple levers and push a couple red buttons and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think 2.1 is going to be the first community event. I think that's why he's been adding the updates the way he has.
With the A, B, C, D, E, F, and stuff like that. Yeah. I thought that was kind of funny. Like, they do not want to get to 2.7. Like, what in the world? Now, has anybody ever seen anything like that at all in patches? Or is that something that they just said, you know what, we're going to invent this now?
No.
I think it's their own invention.
I've never seen it.
I think it's because they have so many patches they have to do. You know, it's the stress test and everything. I think when they launch it, they're like, okay, everything seems good, and then it gets out to all of us. And you know, our community is really creative on finding ways to crash that system and really push it to the max.
Well, it's almost like every time they do, like it's almost like they work on a cluster of patches like at once, and then they put that to the experimental build, and then they'll let the community test those patches, and then while they're testing them, they're going behind the scenes and working on another cluster of patches, and then they push that to the experimental build. But once they have a fairly aggressive amount of bug fixes, then it's almost like they roll that into one big update for all the other consoles and stuff.
Well, yeah, like tonight, I think tomorrow is going to be the PlayStation and the Xbox for the new bug fixes.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope,
awesome.
I hope so. Yeah.
Well, like I say, you never know, but
Nothing beats the feeling that you get if you crash when you're in VR. That's when all of a sudden just the brain is like, what's going on? Everything, your head's moving and nothing on the screen's moving. And it's a sick feeling. And
Yeah, so it's like
speaking of VR,
it's like a double whammy, right? You crash,
it is.
and then you
But
crash.
Cobra, I've been trying to shoot it in the messages. I don't know if you've ever seen my posts there while we've been doing these sub chats. But I found using the controllers, the Move controller with the PSVR,
Yeah.
that eliminated a lot of that motion sickness. When I used just the PlayStation DualShock, I jumped in right when you jumped in, and I lasted about 20 minutes. I was the same. I was just sick, and I was just out of it all day. It made work really tough. And then I tried it with the Move controllers later on, and I didn't feel it nearly as much. I think it's because you see your hands and you start really feeling like a body more. So I don't not a scientist. So, but I'm wondering if are you using Move controllers when you try it with your PSVR?
No, I was using the the DualShock.
The DualShock. Yeah, if you have friends that have it or you have that those coins, I do recommend it if it is something that you're interested in. And it sounds like you really like the VR experience from your feedback.
I did. I loved it. I'm just scared to death right now, man. Like I don't know. I don't think it was because I couldn't see I was really careless. Like immediately I went right into the options. I turned off every single comfort setting. Like a moron, you know. Like I'm not used to VR, but and then here I am, like turning my head everywhere, up and down, looking here, looking there, doing barrel rolls in my ship. No wonder, you know. But you know, it was the audience though. They told me to do a barrel roll. It's their fault.
Yeah.
that's by fire.
Barrel rolls are
We'll
you know.
remember that.
In space is somewhat okay, but yeah, when if I'm flying over the over that land and I try to do barrel rolls, oh man, it's a rush. It's a rush.
Yeah.
But it's such a beautiful game in VR. Even though, and I'll let anybody that's been curious know, with PSVR, the graphics of course won't match that of like an Oculus or a Rift on PC. But it's still a beautiful looking game, and having the options with the Move controllers to pull up your inventory by pointing to your hand and just feeling like you're right there. It's wow, what this little small team did and where they brought this game. And now I would say I tried some VR games. It's just, they're just constantly innovating the gaming industry, and they're constantly giving other AAA teams ideas that they should start acting on. I want to start seeing some other teams say, you know what, these guys are doing some really awesome things over here. Let's see what we can bring our future to.
Right. Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just had an idea for Cyberpunk.
Well, go ahead.
It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
I know that new video is absolutely amazing. We have JP Black 79 joining the show. JP, how are you, bud?
I'm doing wonderful, Cobra. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. Doing really great. What's on your mind, dude? What brings you on the show tonight? It's a pleasure having you on.
Oh, thank you. I've been playing a lot in the VR on the PS4. I'm really hoping they bring up a patch for the Pro.
And
give me just a second. I think I need to pause my YouTube because I'm going to pause my YouTube. There we go. Sorry about that. I was getting feedback from my YouTube.
So how are you doing with the the motion sickness?
You know, honestly, I haven't had any motion sickness. I've been playing VR for about 2 years now, so it wasn't my first experience playing VR.
Okay.
The one thing I did notice, though, is I love playing with my motion controllers when I'm on foot. When it comes to flying or driving, I'm not getting those feel down too good, and I crash a lot in my ship if I'm using my motion controllers. But I love Yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of free time. I've been doing a lot of stuff around my house, so I don't have a lot of spare time to play. I'm waiting till winter, but
just attack a freighter.
No, I love dogfighting. I love it. I hated dogfighting, pancake style, but in VR, I love it.
I haven't tried dogfighting yet in VR.
Oh, I was in space the first time flying, and usually a pirate comes after me. I'm like, I can just pulse past him and be fine. I'm like, no, I'm going to go after this guy. Oh, man, it was just so intense and so much more.
Pirate, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I just used my capital ship to. I got attacked by 5 pirates. I just used my capital ship's guns to shoot them all. I just sat in the middle and just let my guns take care of them. I was like, okay.
Guys, I am going to be. There's a link right there. I'm going to be over there for a little while on Sword's show, just for a short while. I'm going to be joining him, having a conversation with him, and that's where I'm going here in a few minutes. So if you guys want to go raid Sword, just raid him and show him how much you guys support all the other streamers. Sword is our co-host here on the Friday Night SUBCAST. He's a very good friend of mine, and he is a prolific streamer of No Man's Sky. He just streams and streams, and you could learn a lot from his streams. He's constantly restarting, and I don't know where Mommy is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sword. I watched a couple of.
Papa, time to talk now.
I watched a couple of Sword streams, and wow, yeah, good job, mate.
Yeah, he is definitely good. So I just want to thank everybody for calling into the show tonight. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And is there any last and final words that anybody want to say? Get off of their Exo Suit chest.
No, but I'd tell you thanks for letting me come on, buddy, because it's been a little bit since I've talked to you. I watch your shows, but I miss part of it.
Yeah, it's been quite crazy with having 40 people waiting to get onto the show because of the update and stuff like that. Things are going to calm down. They're going to get a little bit more calm. And look, there's Cobra not Cobra. There's Sword wearing a Cobra shirt. Wearing a Cobra shirt right there. Thank you so much, buddy. But I'm going to go over there. I'm going to hop on his show. And I'll see you guys over on Swords. I can't talk! Cord. Yeah, we'll call him Cord from now on. Cobra and Sword. Cord.
Thank you so much for having me on. I was unfortunately one of the ones in the mix of 40 people. I never got a chance, and it's really good to actually get on here, talk to you and the other guy. And I'll go over to Sword's channel and check you guys out there.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier now to get on the show because just people don't like the waiting line gets a little bit smaller when there's no update, and so we can now focus on individual callers a lot more. So I look forward to that.
It's a couple of weeks after Christmas. That's what it is.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right.
It's after New Year's. That's it. It's after New Year's.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Remember, we are Constellation. If you do stream, and I say this so much, make sure you tell me and make sure you shout out your own YouTube channel when you come on the show. Make sure you let people in that comment section know that you stream, and reach out to the other people that you see there. And if they say they stream, let's go support them, guys. Go over and give them a subscribe, and we're Constellation. Connect those dots, and just help each other out in our community. So I will see everybody over there. Thank you so much for coming out to the show, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you. See you, Cobra.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Later.
All right. So I'm going to head on over there to Sword's channel, guys. I will see you all in just a bit. Thank you, everybody.